a 2-1 win today away to Leek. You must be pleased with that.
Yeah, I know. Obviously, we played some really good stuff in the first half. I asked them to take the shackles off and relax and pass the ball more. I thought we scored a really good goal. There's still things to work on, don't get me wrong, but it's a massive release of pressure for the players and everybody involved at the football club to win a game of football. I don't want to think we've been on a run of losing like 10, 12, 15 games, but we're not used to losing, so it's difficult to try and combat that. We went a little bit more old school today in terms of the team selection, and I thought it worked really well. I thought we complemented each other really well. I thought Harvey was excellent up front. And it's just, I think sometimes you just got to win ugly. They've had some chances at the end. We've defended well. I wanted to see them defend. I wanted to see them grit their teeth, go and put their bodies on the line and win a game of football. And that's what you have to do every week. And I know they're capable of doing it. So massively pleasing that we've got a result. Still things to work on. We're not the finished article by any means, but at the same time, it was really pleasing at the end as well. To see them really see it out and die for each other out there, and that's what's required. And I know they've got it in them. Hopefully, that gives them a bit of confidence now moving forward.
Like you said, is it literally that desire, the grit and determination, the biggest pleasing thing from today, that they were able to fight back after getting level?
The two things I asked for was to pass the ball, trust each other, be brave, and have that grit and determination. The man that you're playing against is not going to beat you, he's not going to score, he's not going to make a pass, he's not going to win the header against you. And I said, if you compete all over the pitch like you usually do, I said that's what I kind of our trademark is. We're typically difficult to play against. We've got a few yellow cards today, but so be it. Do you know what I mean? It's something where we have to go and be tenacious. That's how we play. If we take our foot off the gas for a second, it seems that we get punished. They scored a goal today, and we've had a lot of pressure towards the back end of the second half. When we had some tired legs and lads are running through big balls for each other, but we've been undone by a mistake or a hesitation or a moment again, and we've got to nip that in the bud because that's what's been costing us. But it's nice to be on the right side. We scored two really good goals. I think fantastic header from Jay. It's really pleasing for Harvey to get on the score sheet as well, but there's lots of players out there that gave everything today, and I said that's what I need every week. I know you're capable of doing it, it's demanding, but it's really pleasing to see them, like I said, defend at the end the way they did, and the togetherness, and I know it's there, and I think it shows everybody, the fans, everyone involved with the football club that they're fighting, and sometimes it don't go your way, sometimes it does, and today it did, so really pleasing.
Are you hoping that today gives the lads a bit of confidence, a bit of momentum now going forward?
Yeah, I said all along, there's no panic. You know what I mean? I've kind of remained level. I've not pushed the panic button and gone and signed 7 players. And we've had a lot of injuries as well. There's lots of things that go into the mixing pot, and it's not an excuse. It's just a reality. It's the truth. And I think that's something where they need that confidence. They need. We have to score good goals against teams. Teams aren't scoring good goals against us, and that's not being disrespectful to Leek today. They put us under pressure in the second half, no doubt. But we're giving teams goals, and that's something that I really want to highlight and try and stop and be more resolute. And I think they defended excellently well, apart from that moment really. Everyone was putting a shift in, so that's the confidence side of things is something that obviously winning games of football does for players. And I've always remained quite level. I firmly believed in the team that we've got, and I had to take some of the young ones out of the firing line a little bit today, and Robbie and Dylan, they're disappointed they're not playing, and they came on and put a shift in, and that's what you ask for. And it's I've been there as a player, it's difficult. But the togetherness, like I said, and that's something that in recent weeks we've had, but we've just been on the receiving end of them moments. But today we scored 2 goals, which is pleasing again, to finally get on the score sheet, score 2 good goals, and we played some good stuff. So there's lots of stuff to work on. We're still grinding, we're still working in progress, we're working hard in training, and so hopefully the lads do gain some confidence from that. And the fans, was excellent today. It was nice to hear them singing and getting behind us, and we need that. We need our fans behind us, through the tough times and through the good times. It's easy when it's going good. It's when it's going tough. That's when we really find out who we are as people and staff and managers and players. And we look to your fans sometimes for a bit of encouragement, and they sang all the way through, and it helps them get the win.
We're back at home in a week's time against Workington. I'm sure we'll have a lot of fans there cheering us on again. But what's the biggest thing you want to see on that match? Continuation of
periods of this game. Can we put it all together? We're still, like I said, we're still working on things. We've still got lads that Dicko's absolutely dead on his feet again. He's playing with a little bit of a sore hamstring, but they're getting through it. They're getting through it, and we want to see more of the same desire, the same intensity. Pass the ball. I think the surface with the rain today helped. The ball moving slicker. It wasn't bobbing around, and it does. Them little things help, but more of the same really. More tenacity, more grit, more guile. And togetherness, and then the quality, as you've seen today, we scored 2 really good goals. The quality's there, making good passes, and trying to play football the right way, and then sometimes you can have the diagonal ball on. You know, when you've drawn that other team onto you, then you get a 2v1 overload down the side with Junior and Jamie, which is great. So yeah, lots to work on, but more of the same really. I think, you know, but like I said, it was pleasing for me. The most pleasing thing today was the determination and seeing it out, and also hearing our fans get behind us. That was massive for them today, and thank you to them that's travelled. I think it's important that they get recognised as well, because it's been a difficult period and they feel it just the same as us. So, you know, we're all together, we're all in it, we're going to keep fighting. I said to them, we've got a 30-game season, I've wiped the 10 games off. Although they've won 3, we've got a 30-game season to go and try and achieve something. So we'll keep moving forward, keep pushing, keep trying to win games of football.
Cheers,
mate, thank you.